Right, the next Impact FC event, called the Uprising in Sydney, follows on this week after the Brisbane card. There's some interesting people on this card, particularly because they seem to be very newly released from the UFC, I think. The first one, Ken Shamrock versus Pedro Rizzo. I'm going for Ken Shamrock on that, ageing though he may be. The next one, this is one that's caught my eye. Paul Daly versus Daniel Acacio. Now, I know that Paul Daly, there was a little bit of a hoo-ha at the end of his last match. It's interesting. He's obviously gone and come straight into Impact FC. So there we are. Don't know much about Daniel Acacio, so I'll go for Paul Daly anyway. Bob Sapp versus Soa Palili or something like that. Never heard of him, so I'll go for Bob Sapp. Paulo Filho versus Dennis Kang. Ooh, what an exciting one that one is. Because I like Paulo Filho, but I actually do like Dennis Kang as well. Although he's not had such a good run of it since he came into the UFC. Now I presume he's obviously out of it again. Not sure who I'll go for on that one. Probably Dennis Kang in the end, but that one is a sort of no-win situation since I like them both. Murillo Rua versus Jeremy May. I'm going for Rua there. Murillo Bustamante versus Jesse Taylor. Going for Bustamante there. He should do that one all right. Peter Graham versus Jim York. Don't know. Glover Taxiera. Don't know. Marco Peselge, something like that. Don't know him either. Richie Vakulik versus Glenn Taylor Smith. Don't know. Shane Nix versus Manuel Rodriguez. Don't know. It does look quite a good one. These will have been 2 events in 2 weeks with some very, very big names, which is fantastic if Impact FC hangs around. The problem is that these events that usually get big names, pay out a lot of money and don't last very long. Particularly not if they've done, the second card in 2 weeks. So we'll just see, I guess, how they go. But for now, that does sound like quite a good card. The Full Contact Fighting Federation have their Rumble at the Roseland 52 event going on. Where are we? The 17th. That's at the Roseland Theatre in Portland. That's in Oregon. They've got Clint Patterson versus Tommy Leisman. I'll go for Clint Patterson there. I don't think I know either of them, but I'm not sure. Harry Key versus Doug Steinbach. Don't know. Kodev Desjardins versus Brandon Linton. Don't know. Justin Walls versus Omar Penland. He keeps coming up. He does. This is the 3rd time I've heard of him. I only heard from him through doing these predictions, so he's obviously very, very active. So I'll support him. Fortino Sanchez versus Tyler Fryman. Cody Randall versus Craig Jordan. Jason Novelli versus Jacob Williams. Dominic Sepp versus Rory Haneker. Dylan Loriot versus Jordan Tibbetts. Dustin Hardistry versus Josh Salelup. Zach Ziegler versus Jay Sabin. Matt Davidow versus Robert Jones. Ben Frey versus Corey Wyatt. Dustin Woolsey versus Andrew Summers. Chris Philpott versus Alex Corrals. Now Chris Philpott is with Team Quest according to this. So I'll support him. And Nathan Roadman versus Robbie Campo. So it looks like it's going to be quite a good card, but I don't know an awful lot of people on it. Now I can't actually find a set card for this, but there is an event going on by Gladiator Challenge this week. It's in California at the Red Hawk Casino. It's called Patriots. It's on July the 17th. The poster looks good, but I couldn't tell you who's on it.